Hi guys, howdy do. I'm Karen Adamski with ShamaMama.com, and I hope you're well today. I wanted to share a grid that I'm going to be making for one of my friends today. And prior to making the video, I contacted her and asked if it was okay. It was something I was going to do for her anyway, but I thought, oh, I could do this on my video and teach other people and share, but I didn't want to do that without her permission. So I did ask, and she said that we have her permission to do this. Her name is Nancy Bowman, and she is a very, very good friend of mine. She gave me permission to use her full name. So, and I only mention that because with any kind of healing work, I think it's really important that you are cautious when sharing any kind of information about someone. So anyway, just wanted to make that clear. So this is for Nancy Bowman. She is having some health issues, and I'm putting together a healing grid for her. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to build it while we're here together. The first thing I'm using is, this is just a grid on a small canvas that I had painted. I like to use a flower of life pattern when doing healing grids. And this is just, just a fun thing. I put felt on the back, and just a very easy tool to use, and it's pretty. So I'm going to start off with that. And then normally I would just kind of start in and start building with crystals. But what I'm going to do first is build kind of a frame, like a little nature type frame around the grid. Because I like to do it that way. And I know that Nancy would like this. She is also a shaman, and she is part Cherokee Indian, so and she lives up in the mountains and the woods, and she's very into nature and gets a lot of her healing energy that way. So I'm honoring that part of her. I'm doing this nice little frame. I'm going to kind of even things out here. That looks good. And then I also picked some flowers for her that I want to put into the frame as well. And as I pick these wilt really quickly, but if you use them and you kind of set them out flat, they will kind of dry in place, and that kind of will make this little piece of art last a while. So I didn't want them to start drooping until I got them in here, so I just kind of stuck their stems in water, but they're still kind of falling apart, so I guess it didn't really work all that well, but that's okay. And I purposely kept these stems a little bit long so that I could put them in water, but then also to kind of tuck them in here in these leaves so that they're, nice and tucked in and secure. The wind's starting to kind of pick up a little bit today, so I don't want her little flowers blowing away. So the crystals that I chose to work with today, just while I'm finishing this, I'll tell you a little bit about them. In the center, I'm going to put 3 crystals, and that's going to be amethyst, ruby, zoonite, and what's the other one? Oh, green aventurine. So the combination of those 3 stones together is very, very good for healing. So just healing in general. So that is going to work wonderfully for what we're doing here today. And again, before I put on the crystals, I want to quickly just put some rocks around the base here, just for added interest, kind of bringing the grounding element into this healing grid, and I think that's important. Grounding is really important with anything, especially healing. So let's see, put a bigger stone over here. So I want to just use this earth element really for Nancy. And this is granite, so it's not even necessarily a healing crystal stone. It's just I'm using it here for grounding. and for its beauty. It's really pretty. Okay, that's looking good. So I'm going to start here with the crystals. Like I'd mentioned, I have an amethyst, green aventurine, and ruby inzoanite. Okay, so I'll put the names up here on the screen, so if I'm not pronouncing it properly or if you can't understand me, at least you can look on the screen and see how it's spelled. So I put that right in the center. And then I'm going to do, I'm just going to use clear quartz at each direction here. I'm going to do north, south, east, west. Okay. And then I'm going to use fluorite and kind of put those in between. So we're getting this circular pattern going here. And the energy will work kind of in a circular motion. That's how it's going to gain its momentum and build its energy. Okay, so this is, it's a circular or flower of life type pattern. Is really good for healing. All right. Then I'm going to take these points, crystal points, and I'm going to again put them at the different directions. So this one is actually, from where I'm sitting right now, this one is actually east, south, west, I think north. I think that's right. It is right because the compass is right back there. So I'm just going to leave it at that, I think. I really, really like the look of that. I did also make a candle for Nancy, and this is her picture. So that's my friend Nancy Bowman. Keep her in your prayers, please. She needs a lot of healing. So in this candle I made specifically for her. So I put her picture on it. This is something you can do at home too. I just printed it out on the computer and used a glue stick and put it on. I put on here healing energy, love, clear lungs, higher MELD numbers, good juju, and I think that was it. Oh, and ebb and flow. This is really important. I put ebb and flow on here because I want to be sure that you were sending Nancy, which, okay, somebody's been really obnoxious with the horn. I want Nancy to be, I don't want to send her more energy than she needs. I want to just give her whatever she needs. I want this grid to be here as a power source for her and give her whatever energy she needs at that time, but I don't want to send too much energy. So from here, from this standpoint, we will ebb and flow, and this energy will then just give Nancy what she needs when she needs it, but not too much. Okay, so that's the purpose of this candle. And inside, if you take a look here, I added some, let's see, I put some rose oil, lavender oil, and patchouli oil, some dried lavender, some sea salt, and then in this, oh, and some turmeric for her healing and inflammation. And then I put some green grass in here. I went out and on the lawn and just picked some longer leaves of green grass because Nancy has a really neat story about being a little girl, and one of her first stories about knowing that she was intuitive. So she was picking grass, and it's a story. It's her story, so it's not for me to share, but that's why I put this grass in here for her, because I know it's special. Okay, so then I will just put this here and light it. What I did not bring was a wand to activate the grid, but you know what? I have an extra point here, and this would work just fine. So you could do this at home too. Okay, even if it's not a point, if you don't have one, it's just another crystal that with the intention, you know, if you're using it for the intention of activating your grid, that's fine. It won't be as powerful or as strong of a tool for that. If it doesn't have a point, but anything with a point is really fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do is connect the energies between the 3 center stones. Okay, we've got those energies going, and now I'm going to start going in the north. So I'm going to drag that energy and pull it Pull it around so it's all connecting. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with these points. Okay. Now that grid is activated. And during this, ooh, gosh, sorry. During this, you would typically, in your head, be thinking some sort of a prayer, stating your intention. Our intention of this grid is to help Nancy heal, to send her energy, healing energy from a remote place, and keep her in our thoughts and prayers, and keep her safe, and help her heal. So you want to be conscious of what you're doing when you're activating your grid. Okay? And then when I light the candle for the first time, I will also say somewhat of a prayer or state my intention for energy candle as well. Okay. So I hope that that was helpful. I hope you like the grid. I think it's very pretty. I know Nancy would love it. So please keep Nancy Bowman in your prayers. Very, very good friend of mine. She's one of those people that she would do anything for anybody, and she's so generous. And I think now is the time in her life when she needs to not be taking care of everybody else and be taking care of herself. She's one of those people that's more of a giver, and she needs to be resting. So we all need to be giving back to her. So I hope that you are well, Nancy. I love you, and everybody else, I love you too. And I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you soon. Okay? Namaste.